What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have SHIFT-CTRL. Yes, indeed. How about that? SHIFT-CTRL making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from SHIFT-CTRL. Yeah, hey, look, a little shameless self-promotion never hurt anybody. Yeah, SHIFT-CTRL wanted to see me react to this. It is SHIFT-CTRL with a tune called U-Turn. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, you have got to be kidding me, this is that song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by SHIFT-CTRL Official. No surprise there. And the video has 2 views. 2 views. Well, there you go. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. SHIFT-CTRL U-Turn official music video. Wah, wah, wah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, there's that word official, and it's coming off of their official page. Yeah. Look, you know what I'm going to say, so I'm not going to say it. All I'm going to say is we're have to just wait and see what happens and hope for the best. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
一切早已成习惯，没有理由，仿佛再感觉不到自己的身体。哦，停下了脚步，看了看退路，变得好清醒。一天一月又一年，没有间断，仿佛在感觉不到时间的消失。哦，停下了脚步，看了看退路，变得好清醒。太不理解，太不接受，这沉默没有回应。太不理解，太不接受，这问题没有尽头。谁会在意？谁会追问？这沉默没有回应。我不理解，我不接受。一切早已成习惯，没有理由，仿佛再感觉不到自己的身体。哦，停下了脚步，看了看退路，变得好清醒。
They did that 12 times. I like those layouts for no other reason. It helps break up the monotony of the song. I like it. I like those layouts. It definitely helps. Progression, easy to follow. Root to the 3, to the 7, to the 4. And then coming out of the 4 with a 4-3-4-3 root. Okay. I mean, look, very simple, very easy to follow along with. No frills, which is fine. Look, with a song like this, with the direction of songwriting like this, you're going to get a couple of things. Number one, you're going to have a song that is very easy to follow. And as such, as long as the chordal progression is pleasing to the ear, which it is, you're going to have no problem at playing this song in a live setting and winning the crowd over with it. I mean, it's going to be really easy to do it. Easy to groove to, easy to rock out to, easy to just, it doesn't require a lot of brain power either. It's just easy to listen to. It's not difficult at all. Vocally, when he's down in his lower register, it sounds good. The lower to mid register, it sounds good. When he goes up, it's sounding pinched. It's really, really sounding pinched. He needs to work on his blend voice, his head voice. He needs to work on that. He needs to work on opening up and really kind of expanding his throat, expanding his throat open as much as he possibly can so it doesn't sound as pinched as it does right now. It's borderline whiny. So I'd be very careful and go up sparingly until you develop your head voice as much as you can. The drumming is solid. The bass playing is solid. I don't know where the guitar player is coming from, or the guitar playing is coming from. I think it's. Here's the thing. It doesn't sound programmed, but then again, Pro Tools nowadays, it's not like 90s Pro Tools, man. Pro Tools nowadays, man, you want your guitar to sound exactly like a 68 Fender going through a 63 Marshall stack all tube with a single 4x10 cabinet. We could do that. We could do that all in Pro Tools. It'll sound exactly like it. So I don't know where the guitar is coming from. I don't know if it's someone actually playing or whether it's just a pre-programmed loop on Pro Tools. I don't know. Do they have a guitar player? I don't know. I'm not sure. Hopefully they do. I mean, look, there's nothing wrong with using track in a live setting. I've talked about this several times. As long as you're honest about it. I got no issue. A lot of people do. A lot of people, oh, that's cheating. No, it's not. You're doing whatever you got to do to get the live sound that you want in a live setting. I got no issue with it. I got no problem with it. Unless they have a guy up there standing there with a guitar pretending to play it while the track, does all the work, at which point it becomes a lip sync job. And here's the thing. When you do that, and you have a guy up on stage who is lip syncing the guitar parts, that's going to add a lot of speculation onto what else is being lip synced. Is the bass playing being lip synced too? Probably not, but how do we know? As an audience, how do we know? If you catch one person on stage lying, then that calls into question everybody on stage. Guilt by association. So, I don't know. If they do play live and they use track and they're honest about it, cool. No problem. No problem whatsoever. I can see a track like this kind of being popular with the college crowd. College radio. Yeah, absolutely. Let's get back into this. Let's see where this goes. bass player doing everything, including the guitars? And just switching between patches? I'm gonna have to see this live. I mean, the sustain was nice if it's actually him and not Pro Tools stretching it out. That is a possibility, but if that was him singing and sustaining that entire time, well, that's another story. Definitely another story. I think I might have had my guitar playing question answered. It might be the bass player doing everything and utilizing different patches and patch bays to get the desired sound that he needs to get, whether it be just guitar or just bass or guitar and bass playing in split octave unison. I mean, I've seen it before. I've seen musicians do that before. I don't know why I didn't think about it until I saw him doing it. I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't even think about that. Of course, that's a possibility. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm not sure if I like it or not. Like, me personally, I don't know if I like it or not. But I can say right now, beyond a shadow of a doubt, this is not bad. So let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was SHIFT-CTRL with U-Turn. This was a request from SHIFT-CTRL. Listen, I got no problem with bands coming on the channel and requesting their own material. And look, do whatever you gotta do to promote yourselves, guys. I respect the hustle, so good on you guys. Not really a lot to talk about, if I'm being honest. It's gonna be a pretty short review, so don't get too comfortable. Let's start off with the score first. On a scale of 1 to 10, believe it or not, I'm gonna give that a 6.6. Yup, 6.6. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 6.6. What does that mean? Well, a 6.6 would translate to a pretty good skill rating. So overall, I think it's a pretty good song. It would also get 3 out of 5 stars and a B letter grade. So there you go, a 6.6, pretty good skill rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay, look, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm blown away by this, because I'm not, okay? I've seen other bands have very similar approaches to their instrumentation. I've seen bands with just literally 2 people where it's, you know, a drummer and a bassist who has their bass, you know, split up in way, they have their signal running into 2 different directions. One is actually a bass cabinet and one is a guitar cabinet, and then he has to control both. And I've seen that done, and it sounds good. Here's the thing, it sounded good, absolutely. From what I can tell, the bass player is doing both bass and guitar. And he has it set up where he has a dedicated guitar patch, a dedicated bass patch, and a dedicated guitar and bass playing in octaves, okay? I respect it. It works, and as long as it works for them, and as long as it flies across, you know, when it comes to all their song and their songwriting, and they write their songs with those, and I'm going to say this word, and I really hope people don't take it the wrong way. As long as they keep that in mind, and they keep that limitation in mind when it comes to their songwriting, then they got nothing to worry about, okay? And yes, it is a limitation. When you limit yourself to one instrument doing two different voicings, there's only so much that one instrument can do, okay? Now, if you have two different people, you can play melodies, and you can play harmonizations. Now, I know you're like, well, why can't we just use a pitch splitter and we can, you know, we can have harmonies? You're right, you can. But what if you want to go counter melodic? What if you want to have one person doing an ascending line and one person doing a descending line? Try doing that on one instrument. It's not going to happen, okay? Or you want the guitar to play chords while the bass does a solo, or vice versa, a la Motorhead. Again, good luck with only one person doing both voicings. As long as you write your songs accordingly, that will fit the context of what your instrumentation is, and it makes it work, then you got nothing to worry about, okay? The drumming on this, solid. Absolutely solid. I got no issue with the drumming. Same thing can be said for the bass playing and guitar playing. I got no issue with anything he did. Everything he did sounded good. Switching between the two was seamless. Seamless enough to the point where I questioned, you know, was he doing that? I would have to see this live and be done in a live setting to verify, but it almost sounded like he was playing along the track. It was that smooth. So good on them. As far as vocals go, I will say the vocalist has a nice range. He's got good power, nice diction, nice vowel formation. My only gripe about the vocals was the tone. When he would get up in range, it got more and more and more pinched. And listen, that's going to happen when you are struggling to get up. You got to really, you know, focus on, you know, supporting and projecting, and you gotta get up higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. And it's gonna pinch naturally. If he were to focus on developing his head voice, his blend voice, so he doesn't have to rely on pinch as much, I think it would be a big help. I think the tone would open up, be a lot warmer, and a lot more, it will sound more controlled as a result. I definitely recommend it. Hopefully he does, or hopefully he has. I know it's been a few years since they requested this. No, overall, I think it's pretty good. This is definitely college radio approved, without question. I can hear this absolutely on college radio. A band like this, there is gonna be a market for it. It's gonna be a very niche market. And my biggest recommendation would be to play festivals as much as you can. Get yourself exposed in as many possible ways as you can when it comes to playing at festivals. Play at diverse festivals. Festivals with a lot of diversity when it comes to their musical styles. Festivals like Lollapalooza, definitely a festival you want to play without question. Maybe a festival. I know the Warped Tour just came back alive. I don't know if it succeeded or not. I don't know if it will succeed. But I know Vans has brought back the Warped Tour, so jump on that tour for sure. I don't know what the buy-in is these days. It depends on, you know, where you want to play, what stage you want to play on, what time slot you want. You're gonna have to buy in, obviously, but if you got the money, do it, spend it, because playing at a tour like that will put more eyes on you that have never heard of you before or your style of music before. But better to do that than play a niche festival where every band does what they do, and you'll expose yourself to more people that will like your style, yes, but there won't be nearly as many eyes on you as playing a festival like Lollapalooza or Warped Tour. So you definitely play the festival circuit, guys. Get out there and get your sound out as much as you possibly can. It will help. No, but overall, I think it's pretty good. And like I said, the songwriting, easy. It's super easy. It's literally the same progression. The root to the 3 to the 7 to the 4. No problem. They don't even touch the 5th. Well, I mean, they do, I guess. Root to the 3 to the 7. Well, the 3rd is the 5th of the 7th. So I think, isn't it? No. Oh yeah, technically, yeah. the fifth, the inverted fifth. So, yeah, I mean, it's not complicated, easy to follow, but easy to groove to, and it is pleasing to the ear. So, 6.6, I feel good with that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 6.6, which is a pretty good skill rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.